Today I want to talk to you guys about something that happens pretty frequently, and that is this sort of resentment or jealousy that we get as event rental guys or party rental guys when we go by a customer's place and we see someone else's bounce there, or you're driving down the road and you see a bounce, and the first thing you do is you cut your head over there and try to see who the company is. Or if you're setting up an event and another bouncy company shows up, and you kind of get that tight feeling in your chest where, why didn't I get all of this? Why are they splitting it between us? And why did they pick these people over me? Or whatever the situation is. And it's natural. I want you guys to understand that it's 100% absolutely normal for you to feel that way, because as a businessman or a businesswoman, what you want to do is get out there and do the job and do the best job that you can do and impress the customer and make the money and do those things that are going to get you, where you want to be. And anytime you see something else that's going on that's not involving you, it makes you feel like that you have failed at least some part of that. Well, those are all feelings. And that's not reality. The reality is that there are more customers out there than any of us could ever do. And if we have any fault in what we're doing as far as doing the rentals or getting out there, it's the fact that we don't get in front of the customers enough and let them know that they need our product, they need our service, and that we're more than happy to provide it for them. I've said this 1,000 times, and I kind of beat this into my guys' head, because marketing is a team effort. Every opportunity is an opportunity to market, and your employees are going to run into people on sites and in stores and everywhere that they've got advertising or t-shirts or even a trailer that they're pulling with rolled up bouncies. People know what they are, and they're going to stop them and ask them, hey, my kid's party's coming up, what can you do, or can I get your number, or whatever. And we've kind of fallen away from business cards, but I suggest that you guys keep something that you can hand to the customer, or in worst case scenario, just if you have a t-shirt or a sign or something, have the customer or the potential customer take a picture of your information so that they can call you, and also look at the stuff that you have on your website. But getting back to the feeling, because that's why we're here, it's normal, but it's not right. It's not a true feeling, and it is not an appropriate feeling, because again, there's more than you can ever do. There's more than those other people can ever do. Your customer base, and when I say base, this is what your normal base is for inflatables, ages 2 to 12, is your highest amount of customers. You think about the number of children in your area, in your delivery area, in your rental area, that are between the ages of 2 and 12, and tell me that you have enough inflatables that you can take care of all those people. You can't. You simply cannot. Now, the customers are going to do other things. They're going to go other places, and they're going to participate in other activities, but that's the fault of your advertising, because again, you haven't gotten in front of them and reminded them that a water slide or a combo unit or an obstacle course is absolutely what they need. They don't need to go to some indoor pizza place, or they don't need to go to the trampoline kingdom or wherever else they're taking the people to. You need to sell the idea that a home party with your equipment is the best way to go. So when you see this, the next time you look at an inflatable in someone's yard, do me a favor and look at the other yards around it. And if there's a swing set or a bike or something that says that there's kids there and there's no inflatable, you need to look at yourself and say, why didn't I get that customer? Why didn't you rent them something? It's the weekend. There's no reason why they couldn't have a water slide on any day of the week, not just somebody's birthday. There's no reason why you can't remind them of all the celebrations that they need to be doing, that they're not doing. End of school celebrations. And we kind of touched on some of the other, other videos on how we hop from holiday to holiday. And it's important that we kind of remind the customer that these celebrations are coming up and that you're building memories with your kids. And it's very, really important that you get in front of that. I'm going to share this article of this gentleman that is no longer in our industry, and rightfully so. He was going around and burning other competitors' bounce houses because he wanted to be the number one guy.
A Jumping Castle business owner who hired arsonists to destroy his competition will spend up to 11 years behind bars. 58-year-old James Balcombe admitted to conspiracy to commit arson after several attacks on Victorian businesses in 2016 and 2017.
It should have been more, but because we lost our business eventually, it really affected us on the day of the fire. But it is what it is. That's the law. I suppose it could have been 2 years, with the way.
Larry Spruill live now in College Park for us. And Larry, when you think about scams, fraud, bouncy houses typically don't come to mind. But police told you these thieves might have done this before to other businesses.
Yeah, George, and we're talking about 3 different situations, but the South Fulton Police Department tell me that all 3 cases are very similar. Act like the customers reach out to these companies requesting services, and then before the event is over, they break down the bouncy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tram Mai. Mark Curtis is off tonight. New at 6, the owner of a Valley bounce house business who had her bounce house stolen from a Valley park decided she was not going to sit quiet.
That business owner tracked down the thieves and exposed a bounce house crime ring that spanned different states. Team 12's Nyela Charles is in Glendale with how the woman went from being a victim to the mastermind of a plan to stop them.
When the owner of Arizona Jolly Jumper got some of her inventory stolen, she didn't take it lightly, and what she found led her all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico. This video of alleged bounce thieves being busted with a truck full of stolen bounce houses. The bust happened in New Mexico, but it all started with a party reservation last Saturday with Arizona Jolly Jumper.
Let me tell you this, if you are a despicable human being that even thinks that this is acceptable, that you can go around and destroy other people's property, and whether it be burning it or ripping it or stealing it or any of that stuff, you're not welcome in my industry. I don't want you in my industry. I don't see you as a peer. You don't belong here. That's absolutely ridiculous. What we should be doing is helping each other and celebrating the fact that somebody else has got a win, that somebody else has got a bounce house out there, and that they're doing it, and that they're struggling and they're sweating just like us, and that they're doing the job. And this has nothing to do with undercutting or anything like that. It's just pure evil that somebody would do the things that this guy did, and he wound up with 11 years in prison for it. So if that's the kind of track you want to follow, that's exactly where it leads. Now, I know that nobody that watches this channel or is a true worker of the inflatables or the party rental business, and none of that is a possibility with you guys, and I know that, but just know that there are those guys that are out there that's what they think, and that's where they're at. And if you're to that level, if you know somebody that's to that level, just keep in mind that we're all in this together. We're all in this together. That everybody out there is doing it. They're huffing it. They're sweating. And when I see a bounce house, I kind of put in the back of my brain that they're advertising indirectly for me, because if my stuff is out there, if my name is out on the Google search, and someone drives by and see a bounce house and they Google, where do I get a bounce house, my name's going to pop up. They just advertise for me. So instead of being upset, let's show a little bit of team spirit, and root for the other guy, help the other guy if you can. Stop picking on the other guy and assuming that you're the best bounce house guy in the world, because you're not. I'm not. They're not. We all have our problems. We all have our situations. We all have, issues, whether it be equipment or inventory or employees or, whatever's going on. None of us are perfect. None of us got it right. We're just kind of trying to do it. So keep that in mind. And again, short message, and I hate to heart, but don't let it get you. Let it motivate you. Let it, burn inside you. When you see that bounce house in that person's yard, yes, you need to get pumped. You need to say, man, I need to find out where these customers are. And you need to do what you need to do so that you're the guy or girl that puts it out there next time. But don't be hateful. Don't be angry. Don't be malicious, because that kind of stuff comes back to get you, and karma it can be a terrible thing. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, listen, remember, we're doing our state giveaway. I'm going to tag the video. Watch the video, like and subscribe, put it in there, and maybe I'll send you guys some steaks so that we'll have one less problem. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.